Sound?
We're live? Yeah, I was just going to say the sound.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to our podcast.
Yo, it's the podcast. Let them cook. Yeah, we on that same timing.
We
and
are.
It's a lucky day. We got the 4-leaf clover. It's my Irish cham, you know?
It's my Irish charm.
Yeah.
Box of Lucky Charms.
It just, by coincidence, matched my clothing because I'm wearing a lot of green. And you see, I got the Marvel shirt. And we're matching again. I feel like I wear the same shirts on the show.
The shirt you gave me, and
then that's my
I keep
shirt,
forgetting
yeah.
to return it back, but
You just happened to take my shirt.
And I washed it too on Sunday, and I just took it and wore it today.
I forgot. How did you end up with that shirt? I don't remember why I gave it to you.
I think we took our logo.
Oh yeah, the picture.
Our logo.
Do we even use it?
Yeah, we on the opener, and yeah.
Oh okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
But anyway, what's up? We got some news for you guys. Some Marvel news, and I know you excited to get into that. You kept texting me at work.
Yeah, I was annoying him at work.
You didn't annoy me. I was annoyed already at work. And if you see my job, don't be afraid of
Work drama.
fire me. Anyway,
Marvel.
moving on. Yes,
yeah,
Marvel.
dude. Marvel out of who would have known? So we did a podcast last week, Monday, and we were not live, but we're live now. But then 2 days later, just out of nowhere, on a random Wednesday, March the 26th, Marvel's suddenly live and they're doing a huge announcement. And they're like, yeah, it's going to be bigger than the RDJ Doctor Doom announcement. I don't know if
it kind of was a little.
It
was name dropping, so.
I feel like the news, it's like, to me, it's more exciting. It meant more that RDJ was Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
But this was definitely like, it had more, it had more clout, you could say.
Yeah.
I believe the numbers they said were like record breaking or something like that.
Well, I mean, it's pretty cool seeing that we're reusing. I told you, my Marvel was the old X-Men, Elektra, Blade, Spider-Man with Tobey. So, I'm aging myself. But it's so cool seeing like my peoples are being back into the MCU with the respect that's given. I'm curious with age, age is just a number and a concept or whatever, yada yada. But I gotta want to see, how they're gonna be aged. Like how, Cyclops is gonna be aged. I mean, he still look good though, because he was in the Sonic movie. He still look good.
They're gonna CGI everything, like CGI is action probably. They might CGI over their faces.
Yeah.
Might be like, oh, they're like a little bit younger than the actual.
But it's just cool. It's just cool seeing that. Marvel is doing this. So setting up for
It's kind of it's interesting to me because I mean, obviously we don't know what the original plan was, but you get the idea that when the multiverse saga started, that like when they were doing Shang-Chi and who else did they do? Who are the new characters that they put out? I don't even remember. They were putting out, they're putting out all their new characters. She-Hulk, Ms. Marvel. Like you're thinking like
Kate Bishop.
Yeah, the new Hawkeye. You're thinking like the new Avengers is gonna be like of all the new characters that they set up in the recent years.
Yeah.
The new Captain America, Bucky, and his whole team.
I mean, I felt like it would have been cool in another universe. You bring back the Avengers.
Yeah, so it's like it seems like to me like the bad reception of I guess the past few years. Mm-hmm. They're now changing it to like instead of a crossover of in recent time, it's now a crossover of like going further back since before the MCU.
Yeah.
So now it's like an everything crossover now. So Endgame was like the MCU everything crossover. Now I guess Doomsday and Secret Wars is the everything Marvel. So it doesn't matter what universe it was in, which I think is really interesting and I think was probably a smart move. Definitely a desperate one, but it's a smart one.
Oh, come on. Where did that come from?
It's smarter than RDJ and Doctor Doom. And I'm glad that they did it, because I prefer this.
I was about to say, how is this desperate now?
It's certainly desperate, but it's the only, like, these are the only characters fans care about.
Yes.
People, like, even me, I'll say I don't care about I care about these characters, and I would have actually preferred seeing these guys cross over with the MCU. Right. Because we never got that back then, and that was kind of something we wanted.
But I think that's smart, not desperate, though.
It's totally smart. Oh. It's smart and desperate. So for me, RDJ and Doctor Doom was like desperate, but not really as smart as creative. It was just like desperate way to get fans back in.
I really like
this is
idea,
like
though.
no. It's an okay idea.
I like
it's
the
an okay idea.
I don't know why people.
It's now.
I get why people hate RDJ being Doctor Doom because it's like get other actors, and I'm like, no, I agree. Like get other actors, but I'm like they didn't go that route. But I'm like, oh. I was shocked. I was interested to see, like, how is he going to play Doom? I'm kind of curious. Like, I kind of was, as an actor, I kind of want to see how his acting is going to be a switch from Iron Man to Doctor Doom. So I think that's what I got excited for. The same as, like, what's our guy named? Jason Momoa? Is that how you say it? I butchered his name, but
that's it.
I can't, like, I want to see how Jason's going to be different from Aquaman to Lobo.
Is that
Lobo?
Word.
Did Lobo hear me?
Yeah, Lobo.
Lobo, you hear me? I always wanted to ride your motorcycle, bro. Like, I think your motorcycle is cool.
So, yeah.
Yo, Lobo sound angry.
Right. I think that's just crew members or somebody for the club, maybe. What was the thought I was about to... There was a thought I'm jumping off of...
well, we said Desperate. The idea was Desperate.
Yeah, I don't hate the idea of RDJ Doctor Doom. And the reason for that is because... you know, King failed, and all their recent characters, like, they're failing.
Wrote a letter
yeah. I was thinking about talking about that too.
That's
one of the. Yeah, we'll get to that. I got you. I know it's so crazy, but
Hi.
Who was that? I didn't see.
Your mom.
Oh, that's my mom. Yeah. Oh yeah, my mom wanted to be all sneaky.
Hey, Mrs.
Hi, Mom.
Walker.
I'll say a quick hello. I delivered fries.
My mom gave fries
Wonder Woman.
to my dad, who was sitting right here and now is out eating his fries. Yeah, and there's Wonder Woman. Mom's favorite. Is that your favorite superhero?
Actually, Superman is, but Wonder Woman, that Wonder Woman, Linda Carter, yes.
And that's Linda Carter.
We respect her.
Favorite
yes.
Yes.
Mom's favorite Wonder Woman actress is Linda Carter.
And I stand 100% by your mom with that statement.
Yes.
I do. When she also was in a Disney Channel movie called Sky High, which is a superhero.
I saw that when I was a kid.
She was the principal.
All right, we should
rewatch that movie.
Let's rewatch it, and we'll make that a subject one day.
We want you to watch it
with
us because if you ever seen Sky High, she's in it. It's a superhero powered teenage high school, but she's the principal, and it's so cool to see her, like from the old Wonder Woman to a principal. Okay. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, come on.
I will watch that with you.
This is the beautiful Mrs. Walker. It's a delay, so you're not gonna see it just yet.
Okay, but hi.
I don't know if she here. You have to. The camera can't see you.
Yeah, just a little lower.
Oh.
Yeah, you are. You're in the camera.
Hi.
I love this one.
I brought some fries. That's all. Want to show the fries?
We're advertising fries.
I'm only here for a few minutes. Yes, I would watch the Linda Carter one every single week.
I love that. So, what's something about Wonder Woman you love? The Linda one. Like, what did you like about her?
Maybe just because her powers, and I don't know.
It was cool.
It was cool to watch, and with the bracelets and.
Especially with that time, like, you know, like,
she's pretty.
Like, there wasn't like a DC kind of a thing, right? Like, there wasn't like a huge, like, you know, superhero wasn't like really. It was popular, but it wasn't like on demand, you know. So seeing that, you know, you still like that Wonder Woman is pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like that. I mean, you have other TV shows, but like when Wonder Woman came on, I know there was a certain audience, and I would never expect that you would like Wonder Woman. So that's cool.
Yeah, I watched it every week.
What about you, Mr. Walker? Did you watch anything?
I watched. Yeah, that was our generation. So I watched all that stuff. The Batman show,
the
Superman,
Spider-Man cartoon. I watched that every single day.
The Spider-Man live action show was great.
He's actually my favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
I used to love the Spider-Man live action show that was on.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I loved all that stuff. Yeah.
See, you ran in your family. It was superheroes was always in your blood.
Where do you think you got it from?
True. Ooh.
Yeah, they showed me all this stuff when I was a kid, and yeah, I watched a lot of the OG Superman, Batman, cartoons and live action, Justice League, and then I read the Batman comics, and then that's when the game changed. That's when the game changed.
I think now that we're getting older, we have to teach.
Keep it on.
Oh,
okay.
I think now that we're getting older, we have to have kids, and when we have kids, teach them. That's the game plan, right? Because they taught you.
Dude, why do you think I'm keeping the list of how to watch these movies?
See, it sucks because I didn't have that. See, you got lucky parents because my dad was watching Bonanza. I'm not into cowboys, you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't as lucky to have that. You got both parents who know they're superheroes.
I think the story of how you got into superheroes is pretty interesting. because
Well, mine was based off a video game.
right, but how you were telling me that like when playing that video game, like you were living it through the characters or like
Well, yeah, right. Because when I played the video game, I didn't know none of the characters' lore. So in my head, I created a lore before I knew what lore was, and then that's how I went to like actually liking their movements of fighting. And then as I got older, I started to like read their lore, and I was like, oh, I can still make my own lore just with their background, you know. So.
yeah. That to me, I find that very fascinating. I always have.
Well, I always have a weird thing, right? Like, I was reading on Reddit the other day. Like, I'm like, is there people like me? Because I have this thing where I watch TV. I have to add myself as a character on that show. I can't just watch a show and watch the two actors. I always imagine myself in there adding my own dialogue. But I have read that there's like 500 people that's like, yeah, I do that too. I'm like, okay, so I'm not alone in this.
Yeah, I definitely, people have told me that they've done that.
They've done that, right? It's so, but I feel like it's rare, you know, to see stuff like that. So, yeah.
I find that, but that's why I find it cool though, because the way that you get into the stuff, like you're like living, you're almost like inserting yourself in the world, which is different from how I view it. So, but I find that interesting, like how you do that. Like,
it's funny too,
cool,
because before I got into acting, I always did that, right? So now it sucks for me as an actor because like now it sucks because I really watch TV for now the two actors to see how did they get this role, how are they doing it with emotion and expressions, and are they right for the part as an actor myself, you know? So I don't get to do it anymore. I sometimes slightly do it, but I sometimes don't. You know, I pick and choose how to turn my brain off of that. So yeah.
Well, at this point, I'm going to make my exit.
Okay.
But it was fun to be on the show for a few minutes.
The lovely Mrs. Walker, everybody.
Bye.
You can see her on Knock 'em Dead Comedy. Yes, book us, please. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
It was. All right, guys. See you later.
See you later. But
so. Oh, did you have a?
no, but I was gonna say like I'm happy to see my X-Men is back.
Yeah,
you guys know I love X-Men. That is my team. That is my group. That is my crew. I don't care what no one says. My X-Men is back. None of that BS apocalypse. All right, you hear me? Anyway.
Yeah. Yes. Continuing my thought from before. So I don't hate the idea of RDJ Doctor Doom. I think it's a desperate move, but it's also like, you know, like we don't care about any of these characters, so it's the only move. Like any of the recent characters. So it's the only move to take the old characters. So you go back, get the old MCU characters, take the current ones that people care about. So they went with Fantastic Four and I guess Thunderbolts. Really only care about Bucky. And,
yeah, let's be real.
So I don't know why the
it
whole
sucks
team,
though
but,
because it's like you should show love to them, but like.
But then there's all these other, and then they left out Spider-Man and all these other guys, but they'll probably be in it anyway.
Yeah, because I think RDJ in the comments was like, he said something about like adding. He's like, "Is that all?" And then Marvel was like, "Well, we can always add room for more." And I was like, "Okay, that's a hint. That's a hint. Yeah. That's a hint." And you know, with the trailer drop, the first trailer they're gonna give us is not gonna be the full trailer, because you know they always like to add stuff, and you're like, "Oh, they added that because that wasn't there before."
Right? Yeah. If you remember, that was always the thing with Infinity War and
oh my god, they love doing that with Infinity War.
It was like that shot is not actually in the movie. This whole scene of dialogue, it's fake.
Yeah, I hated that. I was like, as an actor, I would hate that. I'd be like, so you made me learn this?
Dude, it would be...
just so it's not to be important?
I remember the Endgame trailer had like... It had... Oh, that was mine. I was
on the floor.
Yeah, I was... Where else was... I wasn't going to put it here. I wasn't...
I think I was stepping on it.
Okay, it was by my foot.
It was right there.
Why are you stepping on the wood?
That's where it was.
Why are you stepping on the wood?
I always.
I was keeping it right there because I thought your feet would be on the floor.
So let's pivot back on Marvel. Yeah, so we was talking about Infinity Wars. We'll always do that. Oh my God.
I remember there was a scene in the Endgame trailer. It was like a close up of two characters. And they both have like a certain wardrobe, right? And then in the movie, and the way they were talking to each other, it was like there was a certain dialogue, but in the movie, it was like the cutouts of the two characters those were actually from a different scene
Right.
with different wardrobes. But then the close up and the backgrounds were a whole nother scene. Same two actors, but same dialogue.
Whoa. Can I add on to what you're saying?
They just
Remember that scene in Deadpool versus Wolverine with Thor?
with Thor.
Was it Thor? And when Thor was on the ground? And the time jump thing? And the when
Oh yeah. I think
was that hinting? Low key, I thought they did that for a gag. But like now you got me thinking because what they kept doing with Infinity.
Oh, I totally thought when seeing that during the theater, I knew right in my head. I'm like, that's gonna come back around.
That's gonna come back
We're gonna
around.
see that again.
We're gonna see that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? Was I'm trying to remember what was Loki holding a dying Deadpool, or was it Deadpool holding a dying Loki?
No, wasn't that Thor? That wasn't Loki. That was Thor on the ground, right?
He was holding a dying Thor,
Yeah.
or was it Thor holding a dying Deadpool? Because
I thought it was the other way. I think it was Deadpool holding Thor.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was a spoof on a scene from Thor: The Dark World
Mm-hmm.
when Loki faked his death.
Yeah.
Because Thor was holding him and Loki was dying. So, so we could look it up.
We can look it up. But in the meantime, I'm just excited that my X-Men is back, y'all. This is my original X-Men. Me and Zach used to argue that's down. All right? We used to argue that's down. And I am so happy that my X-Men are back. I'm sorry. Like, I do want them to make a new X-Men and make it, like, actually quite good. But I just feel like you guys just don't know how to make...
Thor holding a dying Deadpool.
Really? Oh, you are right. Yes. Oh, my God. I'm so sorry.
I knew when watching it in the theater. I don't think we ever discussed that on this show.
No, we didn't.
But I knew in the theater, Deadpool is
Wait,
going
show
to
the
die. Deadpool is going to die in Avengers: Secret Wars. I'm putting it out there right now.
You think so? I'm gonna clip that. I gotta clip you and put this on Twitter. I mean, not Twitter, TikTok. That's crazy. I don't think so. I don't think he's gonna die. But
Maybe he won't die, but that moment is gonna happen.
yo, and that's gonna be so cool because we get to see the start of Deadpool and Thor having a relationship, like in a friendship somewhere in that.
And I mean, they didn't say that. They didn't say Ryan Reynolds is in the movie, but Chris Hemsworth is in Avengers: Doomsday.
Woo woo.
With Tom Hiddleston.
Woo woo.
So that's a Thor and Loki
Yeah, I know.
crossover.
Woo woo.
And then that might lead to the spoof of...
That's super cool though. Like I'm excited. For this Marvel. I have not been excited for MCU. Y'all know me. I don't like live action movies like that. I like animation. But for this, yeah, I could be excited for it. I could be super duper excited for it. Like I finally have something to look forward when it come to Marvel. So good job, finally.
I am excited, but I do think like there's one thing that could cause this whole thing crashing down that would make everyone not excited for Avengers by next year.
What?
If so, Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts comes out.
Well,
this year.
Fantastic Four better carry because if they don't carry, it's gonna be a problem for the MCU.
That's what I'm saying.
Like I have no hate towards this Fantastic Four, although you and I disagree with the Thing. I'm just not feeling him. I'm just not feeling the Thing. I'm sorry, and I'm damn sure not feeling the Human Torch. I'm sorry, but besides that, I'm so excited for Pedro as. I wasn't excited at first, but I was like, all right, whatever, because. For me, I just feel like they don't need to hire Pedro because he just is a big name. Like, I don't feel like Pedro is giving me Mr. like Reed. I just don't see it. However, I'm not knocking him because I'll shit on Human Torch and I'll shit on the Thing. Just my honest opinion. But like the Sue, the I don't know who the actress for Invisible Woman Sue is gonna be, Sue Storm, but she looks good. So I'm not
Kirby.
Okay, I gotta learn more about her, but she looks good. I won't take her away. Pedro being Reed, I don't.
Wait,
I
just want to double check.
I got you. Pedro being Reed, I don't hate the idea. I just feel like, why? Because he's a big name and you like unless he really wanted it, then I'd be like, all right, cool. But from the interviews, from what I've seen, he has been, being sweet and cute and baby girl energy with it, whatever. Yes, that's a terminology. But yeah, he's such baby girl. But like seeing him as Reed, I don't know. I was seeing like a different approach as Reed, but cool for Pedro. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm never gonna knock someone's hustle. Like I like Pedro, he's cool. I just didn't see him for Reed Richards, but I'll give him. I'll hope that he does well. The person who's playing Sue, she looks good. The Human Torch makes my stomach hurt. No shade. I stand on business when I said that. He's just not giving me Human Torch. The Thing, I don't know. I was weirded out. I just was like, I don't know. Something's up with The Thing. Like, and I normally like The Thing, but I just didn't care how he looked as The Thing. Like, he didn't give me The Thing vibe or personality, me personally. I'll have to wait to see before I judge. So I'll probably eat my own words once I watch the Fantastic Four movie. That's an MCU movie I do actually want to go see, so don't see it without me.
Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So when tickets go on sale, I'm going to get them like a month in advance.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I'll get them.
Okay, thank you.
We'll see it the Thursday night, opening night.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. But I do want to see it though. And I do want to. Now I really do want to see Doctor Doom. I'm excited for that. So that's cool. And yeah, so it's a good day for Marvel. Like finally you get a W. Wow, Marvel get a W for the day.
Yeah, but
haven't had that in a while.
But like I was saying, the one thing that could cause it all crashing down are the two. If these two movies, if they bomb this year, like let's say they're horrible.
What's the second movie, Doom?
Thunderbolts. Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts.
Baby, then you better strike that off the record. I am not counting that to be the savior of Marvel. I have never thought that was going to be. Once I saw that lineup, I said,
Yeah, so both these two movies, like the characters from both, the X-Men, like I feel like we don't have much to worry about because we're fans of those characters. They have good build-up for the story.
I hope Holly
Berry
Berry
will be good seeing
back.
those characters. But if we end up hating the Fantastic Four characters and the Thunderbolts characters, then we don't have much to be excited for.
Yeah, I felt that.
So like this year for Marvel, movie-wise, has to slap hard. Because if it doesn't, then next year is going to look real low.
Oh, we already killed Chris Evans as Human Torch. Whack. Because I low-key would have loved to see a old Fantastic Four meets the new Fantastic Four. That would have been cool. But yeah.
Well, it actually looks like he will be in the movie.
Chris?
Yeah, but...
Really? Was his name on the chair? You saw it, not me. I only saw clips of certain people's names.
No, he wasn't in the announcement, but there's rumors that he'll be in it as like a... so he'll start off as Captain America, but then at one point he'll say, "Hail Hydra." And then he'll be... he'll be a Doom partner. His partner will be Doom, and he'll be Captain Hydra. And they'll be the two villains of the movie.
I hate that.
Dr. Doom and Captain
I just don't... I never wanted them to go the Hell Hydra route. I hate that.
But it's a multiverse version. It's not the same.
No, I get it. I just didn't want to see Hell Hydra like in my MCU, but alright, whatever.
But you gotta think like they're doing evil.
So then, damn, what's Natasha? I mean, what's her Scarlet name?
There's rumors that she's gonna be back as an evil variant too.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Might as well make her a known one though, because I can't think of one right now what she could play.
I'm even wondering.
Well, Doom do have a daughter.
They said Chris Hemsworth is in it. Like, I'm even wondering if he's not gonna be our Thor, if he's gonna be an evil Thor. Or if we're going to have an evil Thor and our Thor. Like if we're getting evil versions... Like, we might get the original 6 Avengers, but evil, and then have them verse, like, the characters that
Oh my god, when they did that in Avengers Assemble?
Did they?
Yeah, when they was evil.
That's the...
In one universe. And they was like, wait, this isn't right. We're not evil.
So that's... What's interesting is Avengers Doomsday might secretly be an Avengers versus X-Men movie. So they might take the old X-Men that we grew up with and have them versus the Avengers.
Oh, we're doing that route?
That maybe.
That's a hot take, but I'm with that. I'm with that because I always did like the Avengers versus X-Men comics. So if we're going that route, that's kind of cool because I kind of forgot about that comic.
And if it's like the original 6, but like evil, led by Doctor Doom instead of Iron Man, like that's a clean way to have it. Like Avengers versus X-Men. Like it's just the story is setting itself up right there. So,
hello, Holly Bailey. Yeah, we need you at Storm ASAP because baby, you got.
Oh, I actually have a question regarding that.
What's up?
I think recently, I was just like, this wasn't one of my topics, but it just came into my mind since you brought up Storm just now. I saw a few weeks ago, like, I think SZA said in an interview that she wants to play Storm.
Okay, look, I'm gonna stop y'all right there.
I knew it.
Okay, look, no, because I gotta. Okay, wait.
I knew you were gonna react like that.
Look. I love SZA, Queen, hands down. That's my girl. So when people in the comments is like knocking my girl SZA or whatever, like, okay, a lot of people have to understand, right? I don't mind my black celebrity girlies. I love that they love comic books and nerd shit. You know what I'm saying? Dope. And I hate when people in the comments like, oh well, whatever. Shut up. The only and you know what? SZA just did a movie with Keke Palmer, and SZA low-key ate in that movie. I don't. It's gonna be on Netflix. I want to see it too, and I saw clips of it, and she low-key funny. But my thing about that is, there's a lot of people. Even this wrestler named Jade Cargill, who love you, Jade Cargill, who's on WWE right now, and she does this thing called a storm is coming. Like that's her gimmick. Like she's not Storm, but her outfits is inspired by Storm. Right? We love her, and everybody wants her to play Storm. My thing is, right, and I saw a comment and I was like, okay, normally I don't like Mark's comments, but this comment was good. I don't want a celebrity that doesn't have any range, or just because they're a black female, they automatically have to be this character like Storm or something like that. However, let me rebuttal this, because I saw someone said that Keke Palmer said she wanted to play Rogue, and people were shitting on Keke Palmer because they're like, "Oh, you're a black woman. Why are you making Rogue? White? Like some people just need to stay." Da da da. And I'm like, I don't see for some people that's white be like, I don't see color. You're clearly seeing color all of a sudden, but whatever. My point is, Keke Palmer, who won Entertainer of the Year, by the way, has range, and I think Keke would do a great job. Do I think there's probably better rogues out there? Yeah. But that's the thing that I'm trying to compare the SZA and Keke Palmer to, who just did a movie together, is that some girls can do range and some girls are just names. And I think that's what people don't understand is like, you can say like, yeah, I would love to play Storm. And that's like, honestly, who is anyone to say you shouldn't? But I just know like, I don't see that for you. You know, good dream, but I just don't see it for you. There's some people that I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Like Keke Palmer I can see her voice. I can see her acting range as Rogue. I can see that. Just genuinely speaking.
Is he knocking?
I don't know. Entertain our audience.
Hello, audience. Yeah, so, James said to entertain you guys. I just kind of sat here and bullshit.
Where you want them to go?
Huh?
You can come in.
Who is it? Oh, hi.
Hey.
Oh, you could come in.
How are you?
I'm good. How you doing? We're live right now.
Are you live?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I don't know where Dad is, but is there room on the couch?
I can meet him.
They might be in the
Thank
front.
you. Oh, word?
We're supposed to meet there here at 8:30. So
Yeah.
I think I came in the back door. I should probably go in the front.
Yeah, they might be in the front.
Let me walk through.
Okay, word.
All right. Good seeing you guys. You
You as well. I'll be out there soon.
Okay.
I'm just finishing our show.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah, so like I said before, at the end of the day, to my black girls, I'm always gonna say shoot for the stars, shoot for the dreams. I just know certain things make sense and certain things don't. So you saying SZA being Storm, love her. I don't see it. Do I see Keke Palmer because she has acting range? Can do Rogue? Yeah, I can. I watch all the Keke Palmer movies, and I'm not being biased because I like Keke Palmer, but I can see her playing Rogue. I love SZA. I can't see SZA playing Storm. So it's not a matter of I don't think black women can do this or a matter to do that, because at least I'm giving you like my reasonings. Most people don't even give you a good reasoning on why you think so and so can't do so and so. You know what I'm saying? So my reasoning is I don't think SZA can play Storm, only because I think we should have a real African woman. Because y'all try to play that X-Men Apocalypse with Storm being from Egypt. Not having it. Yeah, no, like I said before, like...
But T'Challa wasn't actually played by an African.
I get that. I'm not in charge of production. That's why I'm asking. I'm requesting. You know? So yeah, so like I said before, but yeah, that's SZA. I love you, SZA. Please don't hate me. Like, girl, I love you, but I just no. You know, why don't you just do like Ironheart or
She's cast already.
Yeah, I know.
They already shot that show back in 2022, and they
still
have not released it.
I know. I'm kind of upset because my favorite drag queen, Shea Coulee, is on there as a villain, and I'm like,
damn,
gagged to see my favorite drag queen on a TV show I was like really waiting for. So I'm kind of upset that they haven't aired it or haven't done anything with it. But yeah,
damn, is everyone coming through the back? That's crazy.
it's the same, I guess.
You know, it's funny that James brings up Keke Palmer. What was that movie that she did with SZA? Keke Palmer, SZA movie. It's a movie I want to see. One of them days, yeah. It looks interesting. I want to see it. I'm kind of interested in checking it out. But it's funny that he brings her up because I once worked on I was once background on a show that she was working on. So I got to work with Keke Palmer one time.
You ever told me you got to work with Keke Palmer?
Well,
Keke Palmer?
I was just
You
background.
got to work with my favorite actress, Keke Palmer? You know it's
Sure.
your girl.
Yeah. I was there. Oh, Dad's back finally.
Sorry.
You find Joey Petroni?
I did. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I was getting people back and
Yeah,
forth.
he
but
heard
they
the
was knocking
knocking,
on
so
the
he
door.
got up to.
Yeah.
This is me telling the audience how I was once background on a show that Keke Palmer was on.
Oh, that dating show, right? She did
Oh, I
that
did
dating.
tell you about it.
I forgot about it. Yeah, I apologize. You did
Yeah.
tell me that.
I always forget the name of that show, but yeah.
I did watch it though, like a little clip of it, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Really? Where'd you find it?
I don't. Either it was on Snapchat or it was on MTV.
Yeah, there's clip that we couldn't find you, but there's clips of the show.
Yeah.
on the internet.
The show is
Because what I found said that the show's not airing anywhere.
no, but it was like at the time when it did air. Is what I'm saying. Like I seen it
Oh, so you saw it back then?
back then.
Oh, that's
before
so
I
funny.
before I knew you was even on there. I seen it back then. So
That is so funny. Yeah, I'm one of the background guys.
crazy.
And one of those, yeah.
I forgot Keke was on there. Yeah, she was like the host or something like that. It was like a dating show.
Yeah, she was the host. Yeah.
I'm still mad though because I should have been on there. I need to get my date on.
If we knew each other during Five Towns, that's when I did it. I found out in school one day, and it was
I
later
know.
that day, I think.
But we didn't become
If I
friends.
knew
We
you,
didn't
like-
become friends until like.
I think I already did know you because we already passed the acting class. I
Yeah.
would have already had you on Snapchat by that point.
Well, you probably already did, no? Because I
Yeah.
just probably you probably already did. We just never talked until COVID.
That's one of the weird timeline of our friendship. We had an acting class in Five Towns, and then we were cool with each other in that class. And
Yeah.
then I don't even remember how we got each other's Snapchat, and then we never talked on Snapchat. Maybe every once in a while.
And then one day on during COVID, I just watched this man. Like I'm like bored in my house, like sitting on the couch, and I just watched this man, and I feel like he was bored too. Like he's like
During
skateboarding
COVID?
during COVID. I used to watch your snaps. You used to skateboard, and I was like, he seems bored. I'm also
that's so-
bored.
'Cause I
And I used to
post
just
those,
randomly
I used to be
hit you-
I wonder if anyone's paying attention to these.
Yeah, and I did, and I was like, he just seems bored, but I'm also bored. So who am I to
was.
judge? And I was like, I'm just going to like hit him up, and then like I just hit him up. I don't know how we started hanging out though.
That was 2023 when you started hitting me up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't know how we started hanging
I was
out
still
though.
bored in that time too. I was bored for a
Well,
long
you
time.
and I didn't become friends until end of 2023.
Yeah.
End of 2023, and then like we solidified our friendship in the 2023 going into 2024. Now we're here at 2025. Wow.
Started the podcast in July.
It feels like we've been
2024.
friends way longer though. Right? Am I bugging?
Because like we've been friends since 2023, but I just feel like since we knew each other since college.
College, yeah.
Like you think of it like we just like I don't think of it as like I've known you since 20. I think of it like I've known you since college.
Yeah, fair.
So I guess there's just that sense of comfortability.
It's so crazy, y'all. Like, if you're still in school, like, the people who you may not talk to in college or high school, you never know, like, 8 years, 9 years, 4 years, 2 years later, of like, yo, we never talked in high school or college, and all of a sudden now we're close friends. Like, it'll always be the ones you don't think is going to be a good friend or close friend until, like, later on.
You remember John, my buddy John, who's into Marvel?
Yes.
Who I
Shout out to you.
Shout out
Now
to
I got to
John
clip this video because he said your
Wason.
name.
gotta get him as a guest here at some point.
We'll tag you.
Yeah, one of the people we gotta get as a guest among many others. But yeah, when we were in high school, we were friends in high school, but we never hung out outside of high school until a couple years after we graduated. Then, because that's how you met him. We were just all hanging out one day.
Right.
So yeah, it was just like adding on to what you're saying. Like we weren't chilling like that until after high school, and now we're like, yeah, we're cool, and I want to be like, yeah, come on my show, and yeah,
Full circle.
full circle moment.
Nah,
You
yeah,
know,
nah.
he's the reason I got into all this, or got into Marvel. Really,
Really?
like I used to not really know anything about Marvel at all when I was in high school. I only kind of followed DC, but at the time, DC only had their fucking Dark Knight trilogy and Man of Steel. There was nothing else.
Yeah.
So then I started talking with John and a few other people that we knew in high school, and they all love Marvel. And I'm like, really? Marvel? I'm kind of a DC guy. But then I'm like looking at it, I'm like, Marvel does have a universe, and it's really cool. And then I was also looking at it, because this was around the time Avengers was coming out, right? Avengers 2.
Mm-hmm.
So Age of Ultron. The next year, Civil War's coming out. So then I'm like, and I see at the same time, like the same year, is Batman versus Superman. And I'm already a DC guy, so I'm like, shit, DC's getting the universe started. They're doing a versus film coinciding with Marvel's versus film. Avengers 2 is coming out. I think it's time maybe I should catch up, and I should watch both of them and see how well they do. And then how it ended up going with DC.
Yeah.
And for a while it was just Marvel while DC hurt. And I was just
It's funny you say that. So
But that's how
around that time, I'll take it back a little further. So in high school for me, I remember my track team. I ran track, and I remember I had a friend. You heard me on the phone with my friend Matt. His name is Matt Gordon. He's a DC head, and I was a Marvel head. So we will always argue constantly, right, about DC versus Marvel, about who we think will win in fights and stuff like that. We always did that constantly. And it was crazy because I will never forget one day I got pressed at GameStop by a GameStop employee because me and Matt is arguing about Marvel and DC. And the GameStop employee pressed me and goes, "What's your beef with DC?" I said, "Am I getting pressed?" I got pressed! I got pressed! So now it's a 2-1, and I'm like, I bet. Like, I don't gotta... Like, I don't care.
it's like, all right.
Definitely got the scrunchie. Do not care. Like, no, but yeah, but it's funny because now I eat my words because as much as I'm still Team Marvel, I know a lot about DC, and the only reason why I know a lot about DC, I already had history and knowledge when it comes to DC because of the video games, because I played DC Universe Online. And that really helped shape me learning more about DC. But I already knew some stuff from DC Universe Online because of Justice League Unlimited and Justice League, and not to mention Teen Titans. So I never read I read more Marvel comics than I read DC comics. But for me to like eat my words like that, because now I guess you could say I am a fan of both. I'm a DC fan when it comes to characters, and I'm Marvel everything except for the MCU. But yeah, kind of crazy we come full circle now because I guess you could say I was closed-minded for DC because I'm like, I don't relate to none of the heroes in DC. But as I get older and I'm like, I like cooler stuff, I'm like, oh, okay. Especially when I met Huntress, I was like, and I only knew Huntress because of DC Universe Online, and I was like, I like her, and I didn't see her in any other cartoon. And I think DC Universe Online was so dope because it's like Justice League Unlimited. It's everything thrown at you. I mean, you started playing DC Universe Online, so you know what I mean. But it's
I got my character in there. Notice Tollins.
Even though you're a villain and I'm a hero.
Yeah. You said my character was like pretty fire though, right? Remember? Didn't you say that? That I had a good character?
Well, wasn't he actually on fire? Or no? I could have sworn he was on fire. But he's a speedster, no? Really? I gotta see your character again. I clearly forgot your character. I thought he was a speedster. I mean, I created Princess Aqua, in the game and the character. So it sucks though because I'm like, is she DC? She got inspired by DC. But if I put her in my Royal Comics, I'm like, did I cheat? Did I get inspired? Or did I create a character on my own?
You're good. If Invincible can do it, you can do it.
Yeah, but I don't see Invincible. I don't consider Invincible based on Superman.
I
I don't see that, me personally.
Well, not Superman. Invincible is based on Spider-Man and Nightwing. But not just Invincible.
Oh, I guess I could see that.
I'm talking, like, I don't mean the character Invincible. I mean
the story.
Like, every character in Invincible is obviously a spoof of some character from Marvel or DC.
I guess I didn't think that deep into Invincible like that for me to think that, because that never came to me. I always thought Invincible was its own. I always respected it as his own show. I'd never seen it as like, oh, this is a Spider-Man Nightwing copy. I'd never seen it as that.
His name is Mark Grayson.
Okay.
Dick Grayson.
I didn't. Okay.
I mean, I'm just pointing.
No, I feel you. I still never put two and two like that together just because, you know. I mean, what? Because he also has blue in him and Nightwing wear blue. You know what I'm saying? Like,
actually, yeah.
Okay, Spider-Man also wear blue. No, I'm not counting that. Like,
he's meant to sort of look like both of them.
I don't know. I don't feel like that's fair, but like I guess like if that's how people see it, then that's how people see it. I still respect. Yeah. Let me ask you guys in the comments.
Omni-Man
you feel like
is the Superman?
I knew he was about to do that. But then, okay, what about the boys with Homelander? Is he a copy? Everyone say he's a copy of Superman, just an evil version.
Well, that's not an Invincible universe.
Yo, in your head,
he's also.
And I'm asking everybody at home too. In your head, who's winning that fight? Superman versus Omni-Man versus Homelander.
Superman.
Word. I think the creator also said Omni-Man will beat Superman because I think he said he wrote him to be better than Superman. I could be wrong. Someone can quote me. But
well, they definitely do not emphasize that in the show. There's so much stuff Superman can do to totally take him out.
Well, I know. Once you get to Superman Prime 1 million, yeah, you know. Although
Omni-Man, yeah, from what we've seen in the show, Omni-Man doesn't really match Superman. He's like a beta Superman, but he's not.
You know, I always wanted to see.
Is beta the right word?
I always wanted to see Rogue touch Superman Prime 1 million.
I mean, Rogue can do it, right? I mean, because when I remember, anyone she touches.
Yeah, so I kind of want to know, like, what, like.
She'll just be
a Prime 1 million.
Yeah,
that would be tough. Cause imagine, I don't know, just like a weird, just like if Rogue was in DC, I guess, and Rogue just touched like, yo, Superman, let me get some of that, and like, that would be tough. Cause now you got 2 Prime 1 million.
What would you think if? Imagine if Marvel. Damn, I can't put my.
Imagine Marvel selling
Marvel. Imagine if they bring back. Let's say they bring back the OG Rogue, right?
Okay.
In those movies.
Okay.
But they do her powers not the way that they did it in those movies. But they do it like the way from the comics.
Yeah. Well, I saw a comment and someone was like, since when can Rogue go back in time and touching someone's head? And I was like, I don't know. I just let the movie rock. I didn't say Days of Future Past was a good movie. I said it was an okay movie. But yeah. Because that was the cutscene of her like going into Logan's head. Because they did. Yeah, it made more sense for Shadowcat. Although Shadowcat doesn't do that in the comics. But I said, all right, we're going to let this slide.
Yeah. I actually, to me, the definitive version of X-Men Days of Future Past is the, I'm sitting out of deep box, is the Rogue cut. Because I think she was such an important character in the first X-Men movie.
Rogue?
The first 3 X-Men movies.
Yeah. Okay, but her character also annoyed me, just like in the cartoons sometimes. And the only one I like is X-Men 97. Oh, we need to catch you up. We have to catch you up.
I agree. Her character annoyed me in those 3 movies too. But she was so important to Logan. Like Like I was always so surprised. Like after the 3rd movie, it was like Logan she never really meant anything to him after that. So I always felt like it was, to me, when watching that Rogue cut, it's the definitive version because it's just we get to see what happened to her after. We get a bit of closure on her.
So
we just got to know.
So in those movies and shows I'm talking about, Rogue is she's not a girl's girl. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Rogue, I always felt like anything Jean liked, Rogue was on secretly. Like, yes, Rogue canon storyline is Gambit and technically Magneto, but we don't want to talk about that. But there's some times where Jean, she always have her little 3, I love Logan and I love Cyclops Summers. But there's be times where Rogue be like fiending for Logan. And then I'm like, all right, all of a sudden now you want him. And then she be fiending for Cyclops. And I'm like, all right. Yeah, the writers is just making me not like Rogue. And I feel so bad for Rogue. Even X-Men 97 pissed me off with Rogue. And I was like, y'all just make me not like Rogue. And I want to like her. But they piss me off how they write Rogue. They piss me off. She always does something romantically wise that makes me pissed. Like, I hate her. I don't get it. It's so annoying. And everyone's like, I love Rogue. And I'm like, She's not a girl's girl. I'm sorry. She's not. And that's just how I feel about her. From the live action and the animations. The only Rogue in the animation that I let slide is Rogue from X-Men Unlimited. And a lot of people don't like Unlimited, which is kind of crazy to me because I like Unlimited. But yeah. So, but she was okay in that. Yeah, she was honestly okay with that. I like that they did the her and Kurt and Mystique storyline. That was cool. That was if I could find X-Men Unlimited, we gotta watch that. That one's good.
I did think her relationship with Iceman in those movies were cheesy.
So like, whatever. Like, no, for real. Like, it was just so whatever. Like,
I feel like it's almost like typical early 2000s.
Such 2000s.
The way that Bobby looks is just like, I don't know. And
Yo,
the way she looks
someone was dead talking about this week on Instagram about how Bobby looked. And someone brought up he's looked mad 2000s. And I can't.
And her too. They're like, both of them are like so typical early 2000s.
I can see a Rogue now because girls like the goth vintage look. So I can still see that. But it forms from Y2K. It forms from the 2000s.
She wasn't really a goth in those days.
She wasn't goth. She was like bohemian goth, right? Like she was
honestly, I feel like she was an early 2000s girl.
Yeah, like, yeah, but they tried with a little strip, and I was like, okay.
Well, that's just because it's from the comics.
But, like, also, I guess you could say Rogue wasn't really goth, though. Like, technically, she was just a Southern belle from New Orleans. Like, in the X-Men 97, you get to see that. But after a while, like, X-Men Unlimited, they made her, like, kind of gothic. And then I felt like from that show, they, like, kind of, like, added on, and I was like, all right, we're just making her goth now. They said they're gonna make her goth with a hint of Southern Belle, but she wasn't always. But in the live action X-Men, I don't know, they try to hint a little goth in there, but then they try to make her just a Southern Belle, and it just didn't mix. It just didn't mix well on live action. But my bro, I don't know your male name, but when you was Ellen Page, who I love you, bro, because I do like Ellen Page. But that's I just don't know his name now. I gotta figure that out.
Elliot
Page. Love you in Umbrella Academy, and I love you in X-Men. Made me love Shadowcat even more. Like Elliot, I love you when you play Shadowcat. All right.
Should they bring back Shadowcat played by Elliot Page?
No.
It's too much of a risk.
It's just, I don't know if Elliot wants to play, unless you want to make Elliot
like
play,
what the character
like
was
Shadow,
like the character was like the actor. I mean.
So my thing is, because I don't, Elliot feels comfortable playing anything in the past. Like, even Elliot didn't want to, like, don't even want to talk about Juno when the character was a pregnant female. I don't even think Elliot, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I want. I mean, if you're gonna do another dimension of like Elliot being like, I'm Shadowcat from a different dimension, sure. But then how's that gonna tie in? How is that gonna make sense? I guess, like, whatever. But
well, I was just gonna say like the same one. Like, you just say like, I don't know. It probably
Elliot just Shadowcat just had his exchange, you know?
Yeah, but it probably would have been too much, and they probably know that fans would be like,
oh yeah,
woke.
Please. And that's the last thing. I don't need my baby Elliot to go through that. That's the last thing I need. Like, we already respect Elliot. We don't need them to push any, like, try to make it seem like this is an agenda thing. I don't feel like hearing that. Also, you notice our square and diamond?
Yeah, we're just shaking it up.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy to me. Like, not me being a diamond, you're a square. Like,
wait, so all right, so we got about 10 minutes left.
Okay.
Jonathan Majors.
Oh yeah, the letter.
Yeah.
Oh god, I gotta clip
man,
this one too.
He's writing letters to Kevin Feige from wherever he's from, asking politely, "Hey, Mr. Kevin Feige, can I please come back to Marvel and resume my role as Kang the Conqueror? Pretty please. Can I come back, pretty please?"
I mean, what? Didn't the
Something
case get dismissed? Right?
Did it get dismissed?
I think it got dismissed.
Wasn't he found guilty like last year or 2 years ago?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
Yeah, he was. Wasn't that when he?
I genuinely don't think he got. I don't think he was found guilty.
What was? Because there was something. He was getting convicted, but then Marvel waited a bunch of months, and then something happens I thought it was that he was guilty, and then that's when Marvel dropped him.
No, it was during that, I think, and I don't think. I think Marvel dropped him when it was during.
No, they dropped him right after the announcement. I remember.
Right, but I don't think he was found guilty.
But what was that?
Hold on, let me. Oh no, you're right. I apologize. He was found guilty
he
of
was.
his ex-girlfriend, harassing his ex-girlfriend Grace in
Yeah.
December 2023.
I did hear something like maybe a couple months ago, like that there was someone that was starting to come back on a claim. But I heard that, like, I also think I saw that.
And it
didn't mean
sucks
anything.
for my girl Megan Good right now because she's our black Megan Fox in our world. Megan Good, you know, white world has Megan Fox. Our black world, we have Megan Good, and it just sucks seeing my girl with Jonathan Majors. I'm like, ugh, she's like engaged to him and everything, and I'm like, Megan, what are you doing, bro? Like, ugh.
Megan Fox is with Jonathan. I mean,
No,
not
Megan
Fox.
Good.
Megan Good is with that.
Yeah, it was Jonathan.
She's with
See,
MGK.
she's your DC. Megan Good is my Marvel. But yeah, no, she's with him. It was so random too. I was like, what? And they did it out of nowhere, and I was like, what the fuck? So yeah, what's happening? Now every time I see the news, I see them together. I'm like, ugh. I was like, just blink twice if he hurts you, bro, because I will be his ass for you. That's how I feel.
Damn.
So anyway, yeah, he's writing letters.
Yeah. Man, you know, like I'm just thinking about like his situation because it's like it's either like he's never hit a woman before, and that whole thing was just a spiel with like just things got tense with that one girl.
Yeah.
And it just ended up backfiring so
Didn't they
much on
find
him.
drugs, like a lot of drugs that night too?
I don't think so. I don't remember
I
that.
could have sworn. Not to
I don't
assault
think
his character. I just thought I'm asking, like in the case.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing that at all. Yeah, like it was either like, because we don't know the guy, so it's really hard to like either like it was just that one night and things just got tense.
I
with
mean,
that
I get
one
it. We
girl,
all crashed
or
out
this is
at
his
one
his-
point. We
Yeah.
all crashed out at one point. So
But
I've
we don't-
never.
We don't know if he has had a history. Like it's really hard to tell when stuff like.
I don't. Like I said, I don't root evil. I don't wish upon evil or bad or crashing out on anyone. That's not my MO. Hell, you told me I bought crystals today. But what I'm saying is, I don't know him enough to like judge him, and I don't wish that upon anybody. But what I will say is, I want the best for everyone, and you know, him apologizing to Kevin is just like, okay, cool. But I don't know. Some people in the world are ready to see him back as King. Some people are not. I mean, you're a King fan. How do you feel? Do you want Jonathan to play King?
If just the type of actor that I was excited to see that because I think he had the acting ability.
Mm-hmm.
But if like I said, it's hard to. If he's actually like, if he's a person with ill intent, then I'd be like, nah.
Nah,
But-
I feel you.
If he's not the person that everyone thinks he's been for the past couple of years, like if he's not actually that person, then I'd be like, okay, like
Yeah, I get. I mean,
I want to
like I
see
said, if we
Kang,
could-
but I don't know if I
If we
need
could
him.
continue the Flash movie after kidnapping somebody, we can, I guess, get back King. You know what I'm saying?
That is crazy that they did.
That's
They kept
so-
Ezra, but they already shot the movie, and it was
Brother,
like
I don't care. That's so white privilege. I'm sorry. That is so white privilege. Ain't no way in hell.
I mean, I get, but you do have to think like they didn't start shooting Avengers Kang Dynasty. Like if they were already shooting that and had it almost finished, and all they really needed to do was just like reshoots.
Mm-hmm.
Like would they really have been like, all right, Kang's gone. Like we're gonna make it Avengers Doomsday now. Like they
But I
wouldn't
just
have.
feel
They
like
would have just released the
I
movie.
wouldn't honestly. No, you're bugging. Not you. I'm talking about them. No, you bugging because I really would have been like kidnapping someone minor. Nah, I don't want this associating like Warner Brothers. Well, hello, what are we doing here? I don't want anyone associating kidnapping and with a minor. Like that's crazy to me. Like you know what I'm saying?
What's WB supposed to do? Because remember
Cut it.
but I showed you the Batgirl movie. They cut that.
Right,
you could already cut that.
You could cut. Okay, but you could cut the Batgirl movie, but you had to keep an actor. This is what I'm saying. Though. Like, I
But
feel
they
like it's right,
deleted it
bro.
from the vaults too. Like they couldn't even bring it back if they wanted to. Although actually, I am wondering though. I never thought of that.
What? What
I should have looked. I'm gonna look into that.
about what?
It was reported back then that when the Batgirl movie was canceled, that they took all the footage that they have of it, right, and deleted it. So it's not even like they stored it in a vault and can bring it back. Like they trashed, like they got rid of it. It's gone. It's wiped out. Like it never happens. But you just saw the leak with me.
Yeah.
That happened a few weeks ago. How could that be possible? If they,
I'm sure they had extras saved, so I'm sure not everything is deleted. Probably just that clip.
so can we get the movie back? Because that's why I was like, if it's deleted, then we're fucked.
Yeah.
But if they have it, maybe you can make some profit back. I'm just saying.
I mean,
I'm
look,
just
like I
saying.
said before, the only
If
reason
you
why
have
they
it.
dropped the movie because they said it was too woke, even though they don't even know what that means. And the plot didn't make sense, or it was just like too woke around with the plot. But
No way it can be as bad as The Flash, and it has Michael Keaton as Batman in it. I'm like, that movie's making money, no matter how bad it is. It's making money.
I agree with you. I wanted to see the Batgirl movie, but you know how people are. Oh, I don't want to see a movie with Batgirl. Oh, real quick.
But people are upset that it was canceled. Like, people want to see that.
Some people
There's an
was
outcry
upset.
for
Some
it.
people. If you notice, a lot of straight male fans, black and white and Spanish, shit on anything female related, and their biggest conceptions and concept is, oh, it has to be about the plots not being good. And my thing with that is, how do you know something's not good before seeing it? You guys go online and you read comments and y'all like read each other comments and be like, I'm a straight male. I need to agree with this because he's a straight male and he's just closed-minded. So I gotta agree with this. Not you. I'm just,
Yeah, closed-minded straight males. Here we go for the win.
But that's my point. Like, I'm
We're gonna
like,
do it.
But
We're
then
gonna
it's
take
like,
them over.
But then it's like, damn, like, okay, but like, you guys get everything. Like, you could say, no, you gays and blacks get everything. But like, do we really? Because like, I feel like anytime
you get everything and we get canceled.
and
No,
I
I'm
feel
kidding.
like every time like we finally get a movie for the gays and the girls, like the gays and the girls could never get it. Like it
Woke.
gets me so mad,
Trash.
bro.
Canceled.
It gets me so mad,
This is
bro.
woke.
We can't get anything, bro. We can't get anything, and y'all always shit on anything. I was so glad my baby Silk show got canceled only because I didn't want to fuck up anybody because y'all in the comments be sucking mad dick. Y'all be mad dick. I'm so tired of y'all. So tired of you straight males in the fucking superhero community.
No, ready? This is how the those closed-minded straight white males be on YouTube. Like I click on the YouTube video sometimes, and they're like, Marvel is full of racist shills. Did I say race? I meant white. I meant woke. Woke shills. They're woke shills at Marvel that work for Disney, and they're spreading wokeness and they're poisoning
And
people.
propaganda.
Like that's how they talk. Like they're always like they got their eyes.
My
like
thing
this.
is, you know what? Hold on. Let's get into this before I leave. I want to ask you guys a question. You straight males, you white males. I need to ask a question.
James needs to ask a question.
I need to know, one, what's your definition of woke? Two, I need to know, what is this propaganda? What is this agenda? What is all of this? Like, I'm curious because you guys seem to know there's a hidden agenda that the gays don't know. So, which is crazy to me because the gays don't know, and apparently this is about us. So, I need to know, please, as a straight man, black, white, Spanish, Latino, whatever. I need to know,
Green.
What is the gay agenda? What are we pushing? And what is this? What does woke mean to you guys? Please let me know. And on that note,
To me, woke just means like, I'm no longer sleeping. That's all it is to me. That's all it should be.
not the by definition. Anyway, anything else in our last 3 minutes? Because I know I'm going to post this on TikTok and I know y'all going to try to fight me on it. So I'll be ready.
Yeah, we're gonna be TikToking all over you.
Oh, that's not. That's not.
Look, that can mean anything.
That's not. This is not.
It can mean anything. Hey, good luck. 4-leaf clover. All right, good luck to us. So, basically, Marvel good for now. Next year, Marvel bad, and DC bad until proven good.
Wait, no.
And,
Marvel good right now.
Marvel
Marvel.
good,
So
but next
scroll
year
up for
Marvel could be bad. And then
Don't jinx that.
right
I don't
now,
want DC to be
bad.
I don't want DC
until
to be
Superman
bad.
comes out and DC proven good. So good luck to everybody.
Wait, no, DC good because DC had King. No.
What is
Yeah, DC had Kingpin, not Kingpin.
Kingpin.
Penguin.
Okay.
And you said that was good.
The only
Penguin
good,
was awesome.
only
See,
good.
so
yeah,
one
that's
point-
part of the Batman. Only good DC thing is Batman.
Creature Commandos.
All right, but that's
Two now.
But still, we have to see how Superman is, and then that'll tell us.
Oh,
if
that's the all
universe-
of be all.
Yeah, that's the prove themselves moment.
All right.
So right now, Marvel good, could be bad next year. DC bad until proven good.
Anyway,
Good luck to everybody.
that's all we got to now. My name is James Joseph Merchant II.
I'm Zachary Joseph Walker, the first,
First.
the only one. It's just me.
Oh, is that it?
And
Yeah, we're out.
This is Let Them Cook.